Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here, welcome back to the Railway, and at long last, welcome to another unboxing and review of another Bachmann, Thomas and Friends character. Oh my goodness, I think we've got a runaway. What have those naughty wagons done? So, I say at long last because it's been months, in fact it might even be as much as a year since I last reviewed one of the Bachmann, Thomas and Friends range. So, amazingly, well, you might not consider it amazing, but I think it's pretty amazing. I've been onto the Untitled Thomas website, which is a UK sort of retailer for the Bachmann, Thomas and Friends stuff, and I've bought one or two brand new Thomas and Friends models. So, if you enjoy these reviews, if you enjoy these unboxings of the Bachmann Thomas stuff, do stay tuned because there's going to be at least 2 more videos like this coming out over the summer. So yes, stay tuned for those. However, today's model is the one we're going to talk about today, obviously, and this is a model that loads and loads of people have asked me to review. I get quite a lot of comments about this one, so I'm really pleased to say that I finally found one and have been able to buy it. So it is Oliver's friend, it is Toad, and here he is. Now, as I say, I bought this from Untitled Thomas, and it was pretty expensive on there. In fact, this cost me £25, which I think makes it possibly one of the most expensive brake vans, if not the most expensive brake van that I've ever bought. So yes, I'm going to have to treasure this, aren't I? However, that's not the worst of it, because just out of interest, I decided I would check the Bachmann website to find out how much, how much these cost over in America, where these are mainly sold. And I was astonished to find that the price on there was $40. $40. So that suggests to me really that Bachmann probably don't really like the children very much that they produce these toys for, because I'm sure that many of them would love to own a Toad like this, but at that kind of price I can't imagine very many would actually be able to afford one, and those that could would probably have to save pocket money for 6 months in order to afford one. And I don't know about you, but if I'd had to save for 6 months for something and this is all I got at the end of that 6 months, I think I'd probably be quite disappointed. However, I might be being very unfair, because as it stands, I've not opened this yet. I've not actually seen the model, except for just through the window here. So it may be the best brake van I've ever owned in my life, in which case I will apologise, I promise. Let's not say any more about that right now, shall we? Let's let the model speak for itself. How about that? So here we go, at long last, another Bachmann, Thomas and Friends review. This is Toad. Let's get him out and see how he's doing, shall we? Alright, so there we go, yes, Toad, and as you can tell by the packaging really, this has got the later Bachmann style packaging with the sort of clouds in the background, which I really quite like. So, there is Toad. How are you doing inside there, Toad? I'm sorry that you're suffocated inside this packaging. I promise I'm going to rescue you from there as soon as possible. Okay, first of all though, let's just take a quick look at the back of the box, because, yep, as you can see, there is quite an extensive list here of all of the other Thomas and Friends rolling stock, engines, accessories, you name it. I think it's all on there, so if you can pause it and read it, feel free to. It also says collect them all at the top, which I find quite amusing. I suppose Bachmann would like that, wouldn't they? I think if somebody did actually decide to collect them all, then probably everybody that works at Bachmann would be able to afford to retire early and never produce another model again. So yes, I'm sure they would like us to collect them all, but yes, unfortunately I don't have the funds for that, and I'm not ever likely to either. So, shall we try and get this out then now? Opening this blister packaging is a little bit difficult, and I don't really think this is the safest way to go about it. So kids, do not use knives to open this. In fact, don't open it at all. Let your parents do it for you, or guardian, or whatever. I'm going to do it this way just because I want to be quick for the video and I want to get in the back, but I don't recommend using a knife at all to open these, because it's very easy to slip and lose a finger, as well as 25 quid. Not too sure what's worse really, but you don't really want either happening, to be honest, do you? Okay, so I'm going to try and open this. I'll talk to you again in just a second. Okay, so I think I've been able to do this. I like to just open them up at the back like this, as you might remember, so that I can squeeze the model out and not destroy the packaging. Although, to be honest, I don't know why, because I don't use the packaging. Okay, so I'm just parting it like this and I'm having a look. I can't see that there are any instructions inside here, which means we will skip straight to the model itself and try and get Toad out. You're right inside there, Toad. It's all right. You're getting some fresh air in any moment now. There we go. Okay, so there he is inside his little tray, and I must say, he's very shiny. In fact, just like the engines were, like James and Gordon and all of those, he is very shiny. And let's get him out, shall we? Yes, he's very cool, and I've noticed something straight away. So it's quite lightweight, that's one of the first things I've noticed. But the second thing is that we have Nem Couplings on here. Now, I've never seen Nem Couplings on any of the Bachmann, Thomas and Friends stuff. In fact, the couplings are completely different to the engines and things, which is a bit strange. It's got metal wheels, which I really like, that's pretty good. So I wonder if the brake van is based on one of Bachmann's proper brake vans that they've just converted to Toad, possibly. So anyway, he's got the running number 56831, which is quite cool, and just look at his face, look at that big chutty face. I think it was worth it just for that, wasn't it? I absolutely love that face, that is brilliant. So yes, this is the latest part of my brake van craze. It is Toad, of course, and yes, I absolutely love this actually. It was expensive, don't get me wrong, but yeah, he looks decent, doesn't he? So, there's quite a lot to talk about when it comes to the story of Toad, so here we go with a bit of history of Toad himself, and after that I will show you this up close and we will pick out some of the details together, shall we? Alright, let's do it. So, as you probably know if you've watched this channel, Toad actually got his name from the Great Western Toad brake vans that he was actually based on. He was built in 1940 and he arrived on Sodor during the late 1960s and is lifelong friends with Oliver, the 14XX, who also comes from the Great Western Railway, of course. Toad is very, very well mannered, he's a really nice guy to be around, and I think he's quite thoughtful and considerate as well, isn't he? He does sometimes get frustrated at having to be looking backwards at the back of freight trains all of the time, but he has learned to get used to that a little bit, I think. Toad also loves to sing on his travels, much to the annoyance of Oliver, but I think also Oliver's gotten used to that a little bit as well. Okay, let's take a close look, shall we, at good old Toad. So there he is then, Oliver's good friend Toad, up close and personal there for you, and I must say I absolutely love this model, and this camera makes it look awesome too, doesn't it? It looks like it's in a video game or something. So the level of detail on this thing is really, really impressive actually, especially considering that it's a toy. In fact, the level of detail is so good that I'm probably going to stick with my original theory that this is, or was, probably an existing Bachmann Toad brake van that Bachmann have converted into a Thomas and Friends toy. Now, I have to wonder whether that is a good thing on the whole. Now, obviously, it's a good thing in terms of the detail that you get on the model, but as a children's toy, you have to ask whether that detail is really necessary. And of course, it's also put the price up quite a bit. As I say, £20 or even $40 is an awful lot to pay for just a piece of rolling stock. Now, obviously, yeah, I understand that this is a licensed product, so perhaps Bachmann have had to pay quite a lot to Gullane, I think it is, to get the rights to produce this toy. However, at twice as expensive as the Oxford Rail Toad brake van that I bought not too long ago, and don't forget the massive, massive level of detail on that, which was considerably above the likes of this Toad, I would struggle to believe that just the fact that this was a licensed toy would double the price. I really would doubt that, and in fact it wouldn't be worthwhile if that was the case, so I have to be puzzled at the price of this. And also, obviously, if this has been converted from a Bachmann branch line brake van, then this is a proper scale model and it's been created as such. So as you can see, the thickness of the plastic here is a lot thinner than normal than the Bachmann Thomas and Friends stuff, which means that it is a little bit light and flimsy as well, which might mean that it's not the sturdiest toy in the world for children. But apart from that, as long as you are careful with it, and you probably would be anyway, wouldn't you, considering how much they cost, I don't think it's going to be a massive problem. So let's take a look then, let's take a look at the face, which by the way will be the only thing that Bachmann have had to make afresh for this, if indeed it has been converted from an existing model. I'm not 100% sure, but as you can see, it's such a good face is that. I don't tend to watch Thomas and Friends all that much these days, so I don't really know how accurate that is. I've seen some pictures obviously, and it certainly does look okay to me, but yeah, it's a really, really good face that, and yeah, an awful lot of character in that face. And as I say, the level of detail on the brake van is really good as well. You can see the panelling effect on the side there, because in real life these would be made of wood, so you can see the wood panelling there. You've got the handrails, I suppose they're handrails on the side here, which have been painted silver, not separately fitted, once again, which begs the question as to why this has to be so expensive, but they are separately picked out. You've got the running number there, that is 56831, which I think is correct for Toad, and you can see how much Toad weighs as well, 16 tons, quite a heavy old bloke, isn't he? The underframe is also very well detailed as well, again quite fragile looking for a toy. You would worry about giving this to a kid because obviously you know at some point this thing is going to get thrown across the room if you give it to a kid that's young enough. And most toys really need to be able to take that. I'm not 100% sure that this would, at least not too many times. But yeah, at least there's a lot of detail there, and you've also got the metal wheels and the Nem couplings, as I've already mentioned. You can see the buffers are quite nicely separately painted as well, although they are just clearly a part of the moulding, and in fact there is quite a hideous mould line across each of those buffers, which isn't all that great, but it's not too bad, I suppose. Inside Toad's veranda, you can see you do have the controls there, which have been separately painted. That's quite nice actually, especially that brake handle, very realistic. And you've also got a bit of wood panelling going on there on the floor, although sadly nothing on the ceiling. There's no windows on Toad at all, well, no glazed ones at all. I'm not 100% sure. In fact, let's get a picture of Toad and take a look. I don't know right now, but we will take a look. But yeah, it's not too bad. At least that's not another separately fitted part that might drop off. And of course, the whole thing is very, very shiny, as you can see. I love how glossy the finish is on Toad. So there you go, Toad. Do you like that? Have I said enough nice things about you now? I think so. You certainly look the part to me. So, are you ready to meet my Oliver for the first time? You two have never met before, have you? So let's do that right now and let's see how you get on together. Hello there, Oliver. How are you? Nice to see you again. Everything going all right with the shunting? Right, I've got a tiny bit of a favour to ask you. Do you mind if I just borrow your Toad brake van for a moment? Because I've actually got something I'd need to tell you. Now, for many, many years, I have told you that this Toad brake van is in fact your friend Toad. And I think deep down, you've probably had a bit of a suspicion that that wasn't true. So, yes, I'm sorry to say that this Toad brake van is indeed an imposter. It's not your friend Toad, and I'm going to take him away. And in fact, Duck hasn't got a brake van on the back of his brake, so I'm going to pop this onto there for Duck. There we go, Duck. That's a little bit safer now for you on your train. Okay, Oliver. Now, I know you're without a brake van now, so we're going to have to sort you out with something. So I've actually got your real friend Toad. He's finally here. Now, I'm sorry that I have deceived you, and I admit I have deceived you a little bit over these years, but now I'm happy to say that's come to an end, and finally I can put you a real Toad, the Toad, on the back of your train. Right, Oliver, what do you think? Have you got anything to say? No, the engines don't talk these days, folks. I don't know why. Either way, let's go then, Oliver. Let's see how you get on with your brand new friend Toad. And yes, let's, well, I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting much better performance. Go on then. Oh yeah, that looks fine. And let's get Duck started as well then, shall we? Here we go, Duck, with your brand new brake van. He's going to need a proper name now. We need to think of another amphibian, don't we? Should we call him Lizard or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, folks. What should we call the brake van? And then on the inside line, we have the man of the hour. It is, in fact, Thomas. Here he comes. And I think I might have even put Annie and Clarabelle on the right way today. Please let me know if that's not true. But enjoy the running session and see which other Thomas and Friends characters you can spot. So, on the track then, Toad seems to work absolutely perfectly. I've not seen him derail or anything, and it doesn't seem to cause old Oliver too much stress. He has been singing a little bit, I've noticed. I don't know if you can hear him. It is quite quiet from where we are. But, yeah, it's all right. Oh, crikey. You all right, Oliver? Oliver's struggling a touch here. Go on, you can do it. Toad, be good. I must say also, I've noticed the smile on Oliver's face is a lot bigger than it used to be. So I think it's having a positive impact on him now, having his real friend with him instead of the imposter. Okay, so let's take a quick look at some of my ratings for the Bachmann Toad then. Detail is actually a lot better, I would say, than most of the Bachmann Thomas & Friends range. As I say, I think that's because they've probably used an existing brake van and converted it into a Toad, and therefore the detail on it was pretty good already. Whatever the reason though, the detail was pretty good, so I've given it a 3.5 stars. Performance, 5 out of 5. Obviously it's not a motorised model, so all it's got to do in order to perform properly is take curves, take points, stay coupled, stay on the track, and it does all of those without a problem, so that has to be 5-star. The quality, I'm going to give it 4 stars. It is a pretty good quality model. It's perhaps a little bit too flimsy than it should be for kids, but it does have the metal wheels and it is well built, and there are no paint messes on it or anything like that. It's presented very, very nicely, so I've given it a 4-star. The real fall down though is the value. I think for $40 or 25 quid it's just far too expensive. There's no reason for it to cost that much. And funnily enough, that seems to be the story with many of the Bachmann locos I look at. So I've given that a 1 star. I wish they were a bit cheaper, especially for kids. Come on, who is going to be able to enjoy this for that kind of price? Even if some kid is, by some miracle, able to afford one, they're not going to be able to enjoy themselves because they're going to think, blimey, this thing cost a lot, I won't be able to play with it and enjoy it. So yes, it's a bit of a shame that. Overall though, 6.70 out of 10, not a bad score overall. Blimey, it looks like there's a bit of a diesel convention going on over here. I hope old Mavis there isn't getting into any anti-steam activities. I hope not. And Duck seems to be performing pretty nicely as well now that he's got a new friend to perform with. It's pretty good. Ooh, look. What's that the crane's got? It looks like a whale. Some very strange things happening on this railway today, I must say. So everything seems to be working as it should. Toad is definitely a good performer, as you can see. Ooh, whizzing along actually. Crikey. Very quick. Alright then folks, well thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It's great to be doing the Thomas and Friends reviews again. Let me know in the comments, or take some guesses rather, as to what you think the next Thomas and Friends reviews might be. And if you ask the right questions, I might give you some clues. But for the time being, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. You all take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon. Alright, cheers everybody.